question I get asked all the time is, how do I increase my clairvoyance? Now, clairvoyance, as we know, activates our third eye chakra. Now, this particular this clairvoyance that we're speaking of, gets a lot of attention, particularly lately. However, not everybody is aware of the broad scope that takes place when you're connecting with your clairvoyance. Clairvoyance can be all about absolutely dream imagery, seeing mental movies in your mind's eye, being able to envision the future or a possible plan of action that has very practical purposes in your life path. Also, clairvoyance, when we do think of that, most often we do think of how we are able to connect through our third eye chakra to see people who have passed over, to connect with mystical images through our meditations or walking around us in the room, and so on. That is for people who have a very high level of clairvoyance, which can be absolutely developed. Everybody is or can be clairvoyant. Very often this is something that could have been shut down or certainly not encouraged when you were younger if your clairvoyance is a little weaker than others. And so simply by acknowledging it and being able to recognize and shift that perception within yourself, that if I recognize that I can also activate my clairvoyance, then you begin to do exercises and open up your awareness of the things you're actually seeing around you. And just by actively using this muscle, it's not unlike, as I always say, connecting with your intuition is not unlike connecting with your ab muscles. Not all of us were born with great abs, right? We have to go to the gym and make sure that we're doing exercises vigilantly in order to stay fit. So it is with clairvoyance. So it is with all of our intuitive skills. Today we're talking about clairvoyance. To use it, we've got to practice. If we don't use it, then, as they say, we lose it. So let's get it back, or even if you feel that your clairvoyance is very strong at this point in time, simply again by doing daily exercises, you can increase it exponentially. The first part of increasing your clairvoyance, if you're looking to receive greater messages, intuitive messages through your clairvoyance, through your dream imagery, and that's another video. I'll be loading up that within the next few weeks. But just touching on it here because it does have quite a lot to do with clairvoyance. If you're looking to receive more images and messages through your dream imagery, if you're looking to receive mental movies in your mind's eye through visualization or meditation or just randomly throughout the day, if you're looking to increase your clairvoyance to the point where you are able to connect mystically with spirits who are beyond, then first you have to dial it back and notice what you are actually seeing in the physical plane around you as you go through the course of your day. What are you recognizing? Making a list and acknowledging and appreciating and opening up your awareness to what you are actually seeing. Perhaps very often we are seeing recurring, repetitive visual images throughout the course of our day, our daily life. That is a key to us, a clue to us that, yeah, we are clairvoyant. And the more we recognize these repetitive signs, these signs and symbols in our daily physical life with our physical eyesight, okay? So with our physical eyes, we are able to recognize signs and symbols around us in our daily life. But when our third eye is also activated along with our physical eyesight, and that just means when I go to the grocery store, I am seeing that the number on my receipt is $22.22. I'm seeing that with my physical sight. With my third eye chakra, I'm also able to recognize that as a spiritual number, an angel number, a repetitive number. The number 2 means let go and have faith. So I understand that physically I'm seeing this symbol, and with my third eye chakra as well, I'm able to recognize that as an intuitive sign, clairvoyantly. So it's about getting really practical and using this clairvoyant skill on a regular basis through your physical daily waking life. That's one of the first steps that you use, and can make then a note of what you are seeing. Keep an active list out of all of the different signs and symbols that you see over the course of each and every day. Every time you make a note of the things that you are seeing and gleaning the guidance from the things that you are seeing, you are actively telling yourself, your higher self, your angels, your guides, that you know what? I'm hearing you. I'm seeing you. I'm seeing the messages that you're sending. And every time you acknowledge that, then you will be able to receive more images within your mind's eye, within your dream life, within your own mental movies in your mind's eye, or random symbols, etc., that they can show you in your mind's eye. This all increases your ability to get there. So I'm going to just attach just below in the comments here, I'm going to write down some of the exercises that you can do, some of the things that we just talked about, and also just attached here to the end of the video, I'm going to run us through a couple of exercises that we can do in order to open up our third eye chakra and also open up the back of our third eye chakra. So through meditation. So what it's going to look like is I'm going to set the scene in a meditation for you to place a hand, hopefully an amethyst crystal as well, just here on your third eye chakra. If you don't have an amethyst, just placing your fingers here on your just on this energy center, and also placing a hand just on the back of your third eye chakra. So just at the back, where you just at the round part of the back of your head, that absolutely clears out any blockages, not only from the front of your third eye chakra, but also from the back. When you're clearing energy from the front of your third eye chakra, you are more easily able to recognize signs and symbols that you're seeing in your physical world, in your dream messaging, and also mental movies and images in your mind's eye. However, when you open up the back of your third eye chakra, then you're also able to understand the guidance that you are meant to receive from seeing those signs and symbols. Okay, so we're going to connect with Archangel Raziel, also our higher self and our guides, through meditation in order to strengthen and clear away any unwanted energies or blockages that may be impeding your ability to connect with clairvoyance. Then we are going to move into an exercise where we will create a visualization. And it's imperative that you follow along with the visualization. I was going to say, don't make notes through the visualization, just stay in the process. However, if you would like to jot down a couple of points, not lengthy writing, but just a couple of points during the visualization, that's fine as well, just as you're noticing things. And I will explain it more in the exercise to follow. However, I do want you to keep in mind, as we move through that exercise, that the point of this exercise is that you actually see far more than you think you do. And that will become apparent as well through the exercise. So follow along, do the exercise, do it often. Do it now, do it every day, do it every hour if you choose to. The more you do these daily exercises, as I mentioned, the stronger your clairvoyance will become. This week, take special care to really notice the things that are being shown to you around you in your physical world. Keep a notebook with you at all times so that you can jot down the things that you notice more than others, say. I'll give you an example. If I'm going out to the car on my way to work and I look up, and at the exact moment I look up, a hawk is flying high above me. I notice it, it stands out to me. But it doesn't really seem overly meaningful until later on in the day. I'm looking out my office window and I see a hawk flying right over the window as well. Now it stands out to me because that's the second time I've seen hawk over the course of a short period of time. So I'm starting to get that this might be more than just a hawk. It could be a sign or symbol to me that I need to pay attention to. Later on in the day, as I'm going into the house, I look over at my neighbors and there is a hawk sitting on the fence. Now I know definitely that this is a spiritual symbol that's being shown to me by my guides or angels or higher self. So I take out my notebook and I write down hawk. What I'm doing here is I'm building my own personal log of signs and symbols. When I write down this symbol that I've seen, then I am also acknowledging the fact that I'm receiving clairvoyant messages. Every time I acknowledge a sign or symbol that I'm seeing, then I am also validating my own experience. I'm growing and strengthening my clairvoyance by doing so. Beside hawk in this notebook, I'm going to write down the spiritual meaning or what I deem hawk to be to mean as a symbol. Now you can Google spiritual meaning of any type of symbol. Don't take any meaning for any symbol. Everybody's interpretation of symbols is a little bit different. So really find out what meaning, what interpretation of that symbol resonates with you and write that down. For example, in my own personal log, I have beside hawk, omens, messages, ability to see clearly. That's what hawk means for me. When I wrote that down in my own intuitive log, then I'm making a deal with my higher self, with the universe, with my angels, my guides, that every time, if they want me to know that there is a message coming for me that I need to pay attention to, they're going to show me a hawk. You're building your own special language with your higher self, with your guides, with your angels. So take care to notice anything that seems to pop up to you visually and repetitively over the course of this week. That can be a physical world sign, just as I've shared with you now. It can be a recurring dream that you're seeing over the course of each night, or a recurring dream that happens over a period of a few weeks. Doesn't necessarily need to be even the same dream, and we'll talk about dream interpretation in another video coming soon. But it can be a repeated symbol or theme that you see during dream time as well. Notice recurring numbers that you happen to see in your physical world and or in your mind's eye. Make a note of any recurring signs and symbols. Make a note of them, write down the meaning beside them, and then you can start to piece together the messages that you're receiving through your visual clues over a period of time as you continue to grow your intuitive log. Have a great day and enjoy growing your clairvoyance.